Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 15th President of the University of Utah, David W. Pershing.
Good morning. Governor Herbert, Commissioner Bueller, Regent Beasley, Trustee Ivory, thank you for all of those kind and inspiring words. Senator Hatch, it is also a great privilege to have you here. What a lovely, lovely fall morning we have to celebrate. In 1850, not even 3 years after the pioneers arrived here in the Salt Lake Valley, the University of Deseret was created under the direction of Brigham Young. He looked at what was then an endless frontier and saw the need not just to settle this vast area, but also to provide education for the residents. It was hope, determination, innovation, and hard work that built the university from its humble beginnings in the John Pack home. Those early pioneers could not have imagined our prize-winning biologists, chemists, oncologists, environmental humanitarians, or even urban planners that are part of the modern University of Utah. But they surely did imagine fostering outstanding educators for our public schools, political scientists, writers, nurses, and attorneys, programs and faculty that we are so proud of today. As we look to the future, it is important to recognize our roots and to honor the individuals upon whose shoulders we are standing today. Look back with me now for just a moment. The U has changed a little. In the beginning, we held classes in that small pioneer home. Now we have over 1,500 acres and some 300 buildings. In the beginning, we had 40 students. This fall, we have more than 32,000 students at the University of Utah, and some 12,000 of them are taking classes online from your university. The university was created to provide a quality education for those early residents of Utah who desire to better themselves and the community. Those goals are no less important today than they were in pioneer times. As we build the future, I believe it is essential for us to do as our founders did, to look for new horizons, for innovative ways of delivering outstanding, affordable, and accessible education. I want to begin with two real examples that illustrate why this is so important for the future of all of us. Consider Lavinia and Oliver. Lavinia is the mother of 4 children. When their father died, she moved in with her parents and enrolled here at the university because she figured out that was the only way she would ever be able to provide for her children, and it was through education. Initially, everything was brand new, and she was very nervous about whether or not she could compete with our young students. But she says being on campus felt, quote, more right than anything I had done in my life. Today, she is a successful political science student and hopes to ultimately practice law here in the state of Utah. Oliver is a human development major who hopes to someday guide students as a counselor, a college counselor, hopefully maybe at the U. Oliver says it's tough to feel connected on such a big campus, particularly when you're trying to work many hours a week and also go to school. His college experience, however, changed when he secured on-campus employment and became part of ASUU. He says, quote, college is not only about getting a degree, but about making connections with people. It is through those connections that we find out who we really are. Stories like these strengthen my resolve to ensure that each of our students will have a transformative experience while they're here at the University of Utah, an experience that will lead to their success. I've actually spent the last 4 months traveling across the great state of Utah in what we call the Great Red Road Trip. And I listened to people from legislators and alumni, prospective students, and donors. And I got great input on what the role of the University of Utah should be for our great state. Now I'm in the process of meeting with students, with staff, faculty, and administrators. And again, I intend to listen, to work so that we can work together to create the excellence that we want. My vision for the university is conceptually quite simple. It is to ensure a supportive environment for creative doers like Lavinia and Oliver. A place where interested, well-prepared students have the opportunity to learn, explore, and grow. Where our best-in-the-nation faculty are supported and encouraged to discover, create, and innovate. And where our hardworking staff can have lifelong, rewarding careers. This vision leads to a set of intertwined priorities. First, we must build upon our existing commitment to strive for excellence. Without quality, we are not going to succeed. To embrace equity and diversity, to create a sustainable future for all of us, to ensure that we have affordable academic programs that our students can afford to pay for. These 4 cross-cutting priorities are the foundation of my other 6 goals, which include, first, engage student experiences at every stage of learning. We want to prepare our students for a successful future, as well as a productive and fulfilling life. Second, strong support for research, creative work, and scholarship, involving faculty and students in endeavors that will make a difference here in Utah and across the nation. Third, where appropriate, enhancement of the mechanisms that help translate our discoveries to the marketplace, especially for the benefit of local Utah businesses and Utah residents. Fourth, a recognition that we live in a global village. We must prepare our students not only to compete internationally, but also to find innovative solutions to global challenges. Fifth, maintaining and supporting outstanding health care for all of the citizens of Utah, while simultaneously offering exceptional opportunities for students seeking careers in health professions. And last, but surely not least, celebrating Pac-12 athletics at a competitive level, including an emphasis on academic success. Now, obviously, you don't want to listen to me talk about all 10 of these in great detail, so I won't. But I do want to highlight a few. This year, I'm going to begin my presidency by focusing on enhancing student experiences. Students must be job one. Ensuring that the students succeed begins by selecting prepared students, students who are prepared for the academic rigor of the University of Utah. We are inviting creative thinkers and doers to our campus, and we're implementing a new approach to reviewing their admissions applications. Beginning today, freshman applications will be considered holistically. We're going to go beyond grades and test scores to incorporate the factors that we know impact college success, such as integrity, motivation, maturity, resilience, and a respect for cultural and intellectual diversity. The admissions process will take into account college-level courses that the students are taking in high school. We are no longer going to incentivize students to take easier classes so that they can get higher grades. That is crazy. We're going to stop doing that. Now, some will say we have increased our admission standards, but really our new approach is not about scores. It's about enhancing students' opportunity for success once they come to the University of Utah. We do want to increase our graduation rates. Senior Associate Vice President Martha Bradley and her amazing team are reimagining the entire general education program with integrated minors that are interesting. We want students to select courses that excite them, not just check off some box to meet a graduation requirement. We are also committed to greatly improving our counseling support, as well as expanding capstone experiences and internships to better prepare our students for transitioning into a fulfilling life and a career. Another part of our reimagining the undergraduate program is a presidential promise. We promise to offer every entering high school student the opportunity to participate in at least one signature experience, a genuinely deep engagement outside of the classroom. This could be an honors program think tank. It could be studying Renaissance architecture in Italy. It could be participating in a Hinckley internship in Washington, D.C., or writing poems with an award-winning poet, or maybe even discovering a star with our outstanding physics faculty, or performing the lead in a Babcock Theater production. Whatever, we want our students engaged and involved. Now, do we have enough engagement possibilities at the moment? No, we don't, but we will. We are going to grow existing programs, and we are going to provide other opportunities by creating other programs. We are currently adding the capacity to programs such as undergraduate research, Learning Abroad, and LEAP, a learning community that supports students transitioning into college life. We're also creating new programs like these two. MUSE, which stands for My University Signature Experience, is designed to help students find the right engagement opportunity. In part, through a highly interactive website. It identifies many of the opportunities that will exist today and new opportunities that will come. It also includes new internship programs. Beacon is creating new cohort and mentorship programs for groups that are traditionally underrepresented in engagement, such as women, transfer students, and underprivileged students. This slide is not an eye test. The details are not important, so don't worry if you can't read it. The purpose of this chart is to illustrate the breadth of our existing and new programs, all built around the goal of enhancing the overall student experience at the University of Utah. I am confident that our offerings have the power to enrich our educational experience at the U because we already have two that are concrete examples of this new vision in action. The faculty in the David Eccles School of Business selected 65 entering freshmen to participate in a deep engagement program that includes working on case studies of companies from around the world. Check this. These students are getting to visit CEOs here, but also abroad, to get firsthand insight early in the business program. These are freshmen. These are first-year students. The second example comes from our new Engineering, Arts, and Entertainment program. What you are seeing is a student project. This is a pinball game, although it's a little different than I remember pinball as being. The student that created this project did it both technically and artistically. Can you imagine doing this? We're very proud of these students. These experiences are invaluable, but it is also critical that we provide them at a cost Utahns can't afford. Our goal is to provide the most cost-effective, high-quality education in the Pac-12. This chart shows the current annual tuition and fees for public universities in the Pac-12. Now, our challenge is how to use technology so that we can continue to be the low-cost provider while, and this is important, continuing to offer research opportunities and paying competitive salaries that we need to hire and retain our faculty and staff. Just for reference, the two private schools in the Pac-12 are off this chart in terms of tuition and fees. They are more than $40,000 a year, as some of you probably know because your children are at one of them. It is imperative that our plans for the future also focus on equity and diversity, recognizing the changing demographics of our state. We are proud of the success we've had in improving graduation rates of students of color, but we must broaden these efforts to recruit more diverse faculty as role models for all of our students. Another important part of our plan is to create quality support facilities for the students. This is the new Donna Garf Marriott Honors Residential Scholars Community, or as Bill Marriott calls it, Donna's Dorm. It houses over 300 honors students in very comfortable suites that are clustered by academic majors. And the entire first floor is learning space, as well as faculty offices, classrooms, and a library, and project areas where the students can work all night long if they want to. This is the new Student Life Center, which will be built right next door, thanks to a most generous naming gift from the George S. and Dolores Story Eccles Foundation. Amenities here will include a climbing wall, an awesome aquatic area, and an endless floor of huge numbers of machines. Today, I want to especially thank the Eccles family for making this a possibility, and for all of you in the room who are helping bring this gift to our students. I hope you will... I hope you will actually come back and join us for the groundbreaking on this center next spring. The students are very excited. Great programs and facilities are essential if we're going to provide an outstanding student experience. But they are only window dressing without inspiring faculty. We are fortunate to have talented educators across the campus, from pharmacy and engineering to humanities and social science. You already heard from the wonderful orchestra. Wasn't the music amazing with the choir? It was terrific. And now, please listen as Professor Robert Breaux shares his amazing talents along with Melissa Heath, a member of the Fearsome Foursome Doctoral Quartet. They are going to sing one of my most favorite songs of all time. Bob? Go get it.
No more talk of darkness. Forget these wide-eyed fears. I'm here, nothing can harm you. My words will warm and calm you. Let me be your freedom. Let daylight dry your tears. I'm here with you, beside you, to guard you and to guide you.
Lost is every waking moment. Turn my head with talk of summertime. Say you need me with you now and always. Promise me that all you say is true. That's all I ask of you.
Let me be your shelter. Let me be your light. You're safe, no one will find you. Your fears are far behind you.
All I want is freedom, a world with no more night, and you always beside me, to hold me and to hide me.
Then say you'll share with me one love, one lifetime. Let me lead you from your solitude. Say you need me with you here, beside you. Anywhere you go, let me go too. Christine, that's all I ask of you.
Ask for is one love, one lifetime. Say the word and I will follow you.
Say you'll share with me each night, each morning. Anywhere you go, let me go too. That's all I ask of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, darling. Outstanding, just like I remember it in the West End. Bob has performed with operas in New York City, Washington, and San Francisco, and Melissa has a great career ahead of her, hopefully as a faculty member, actually. I first heard that song more than 20 years ago on the stage in London, and now Phantom has toured all over the world. The world is an ever-shrinking place. We must expose our students to different cultures, languages, and religions. This is no longer a luxury for universities, but an imperative part of what a modern university must do. Decisions made in one country now impact us all. If the Greek economy fails, Spain may well follow, and we are going to know that in Utah. Our global strategy has 4 prongs. First, we are going to raise funds to create a new international facility that would house programs supporting our students studying abroad or participating as Hinckley interns. It would also allow us to solidify the infrastructure for our international students who come to the University of Utah to study. Ambassador John Price and his wife Marcia are working closely with us to make this dream a reality. Second, we are working to strengthen our area studies, such as Latin American studies, so we can provide academic instruction for those interested in enhancing their knowledge, especially our numerous students with their extensive foreign language capability. Third, plans are underway to create downtown a global strategy and leadership academy, an embassy of sorts for use by the city and the state as a place for recruiting international businesses, and by the university for gatherings and seminars. And finally, we have been invited to join with 3 other top universities to offer academic programs on the Songdo campus near Seoul, Korea, through major funding from the South Korean government. While we are expanding the perimeters of our campus to offer these new kinds of experiences and focusing on global, we also need to continue to build on the strengths that have brought us international recognition. The University of Utah is a Tier 1 research institution. One of the main reasons I was attracted to the job of being president was the quality of our faculty. They are an amazing, underappreciated group. I'm committed to working with Senior Vice Presidents Vivian Lee and Mike Hardman to grow and sustain our research creativity. For example, we are poised to make major new discoveries in personalized medicine and genome science, given our access to unique data. Thanks to the generosity of the Sorensen family, we now have incredible new interdisciplinary buildings, which will help in such research and also help our teaching endeavors. This chart shows how our research productivity has grown over the last decade, growth that is directly attributable to our excellent faculty. They went out and won these contracts and grants in a highly competitive marketplace, competing against schools like Berkeley and MIT and Princeton. But success at the U is not all about competition or money. It is rooted in exploration and creativity. From geology and oncology to social work and humanities, we are focused on sharing what has been created with each other, with our students, and with the community. I will continue to champion basic research as well as technology innovation, scholarship as well as creative works. Now let me take you on a walk around the campus so you can get a first-hand glimpse of what some of this looks like.
The University of Utah is a place where innovation and imagination meet to produce ideas, generate answers to important questions, and find solutions.
This is definitely a very creative university. A lot of research is going on in here. The departments have a lot of talented professors that are working here.
From better ways of measuring CO2 in the environment to a tiny microphone to restore hearing. From the discoveries of why black holes exist in the center of galaxies to technology that allows those without the use of their arms and legs to take flight. From a mathematical solution that could save a Tylenol overdose patient to a compound that shows promise for leukemia patients. To research that led to a famous composer's lost sonata and an undergraduate student who transposed it and gave it new life. The U is a place of discovery across disciplines and across campus, But the U also opens the door of innovation to the community.
The U-Star building is a real invitation for industry to come to the university to work with our researchers on collaborative research.
U-Star connects Utah businesses with U researchers. It provides state-of-the-art technology to test ideas. The result is research strength, increased technology commercialization, and high-caliber jobs for the state. Carbon engineering, nanotechnology, medical imaging, biomedical device development, genetic and cell therapy research is underway all under one roof. The result is impressive. $85 million in grants have been awarded, with more than $30 million still pending. There have been 143 invention disclosures and 90 patent filings. Overall, research money coming into the U generated $597 million in gross state product, more than 8,000 jobs, and nearly $32 million in state and local tax revenue last year. But the benefit to students can't be measured. They immerse themselves in research and discover their own passions and future.
This nexus that happens with medicine, engineering, researchers, and students, there's actually magic that happens when these types of people get together with people from industry and create very real solutions for very real problems.
Engaging students in education through research begins early at the U.
Blue dye comes out of that, and the surgeon can see laparoscopically if a leak has occurred.
Undergraduates from every discipline are encouraged to explore their ideas from the moment they enroll. The U's Pierre Lassonde Entrepreneur Institute pairs young entrepreneurs with students from other disciplines to create experience.
Show them, how to do things, have their hands in building and doing, creating, so that when they come out of here, they already have had some experience, so they are far better prepared to enter the world.
And some feel they are already changing the world through their inventions.
I see it as something that can make the world a better place because it can make existing technologies better. It can make, for example, your lighting, your displays, TVs, cell phones, your solar panels more energy efficient.
Jacqueline Ciranquillo is a student innovator who discovered a more energy-efficient, cost-effective way to manufacture very tiny quantum dots on a large scale, and then developed the technology with other U researchers.
Quantum dot is an extremely small semiconductor having unique properties such as its very efficient light-emitting and light-absorbing properties.
Through the Lassonde Institute, Jacqueline was paired with a team of U MBA students who helped her work through the patent process and business models to create the company Navalum. It was a collaborative effort that benefited scientists and business students alike.
The way it can help merge your experience in the classroom, but also then a practical experience in working with a company.
If you look at an innovation or a business, they're never just one person's idea, and they need law, and they need business, and they need science, and they need engineering, and they need all of those people to get together.
The experience created through cross-disciplinary collaboration is unique to the U.
We've been freer to experiment than I think we would have been in other universities. And we've been able to create something that, in fact, is difficult to reproduce in most other university settings.
The results are rewarding for students, industry, researchers, the economy, and for those offering the gift of hands-on learning.
Of all the philanthropic endeavors that I have done, this is the one that's nearest and dearest to my heart.
Pierre believes strongly that our greatest products are our students because they are the future. They are the leaders for tomorrow. And the student experience is strengthened through the research and innovation process. It is now a huge thrill for me to make an announcement, a special announcement, to announce a spectacular new gift to the University of Utah. Pierre Lassonde is committed to helping us build a visionary Lassonde Institute building, which will not only house a greatly expanded center, but it will also provide some 400 additional living spaces for our students who are interested in adding an entrepreneurial focus to their major and residing with like-minded people. The reason I'm using this picture of the Bilbao, Spain Art Museum for this announcement is because Pierre is committed to helping us design and construct a building that will be iconic, that will help ensure our reputation in this field continues to grow. This is an unbelievable commitment, and we owe Pierre Lassonde a huge debt of thanks for helping us do this. Thank you, Pierre. Another building of great beauty and stature overlooks our campus in the Salt Lake Valley. Its greatest merit, however, is not its outstanding architecture, which is terrific, but it's what happens inside of the walls of the building. The Huntsman Cancer Institute is the official cancer center of Utah and the only designated National Cancer Institute in the entire Intermountain West, thanks to the generosity of the Huntsman family and many others of you here today. It is a world leader in cancer genetics. We have discovered more genes of inherited cancer genes than anywhere else in the world. Researchers are providing tools for early detection and new treatments. And the physicians are offering the best options available in a spectacular environment that supports wellness. But quality treatment is not unique to the Huntsman Cancer Hospital. Here you can see that excellence is now the standard for all of our University of Utah healthcare facilities. For the past 3 years, we have ranked among the top 10 academic medical centers for delivering the highest quality care. That commitment to quality also extends to our 10 university clinics. This one, our new ambulatory facility that opened in South Jordan earlier this year, exemplifies that quality commitment as well. From the moment patients are greeted at the front door, and they are actually greeted at the front door, they are shepherded through their visit, which is rarely long. The average patient stay time in this clinic is less than 30 minutes, and you're in and out. The building is designed to provide the patient with a welcoming experience. The hallways are quiet, uncluttered, and calm. The busy part of the clinic, where the medical assistants and the nurses and the doctors are all consulting with each other, is contained behind the exam rooms, in the back of house, so we can provide you with a better quality experience. Our goal is always to provide the finest care, and in South Jordan, patients have access to specialists from the Huntsman Cancer Institute, the Moran Eye Center, physical therapists, and even same-day surgery. The U is also dedicated to excellent care for the future. We are home to the only school of medicine in the state, and it provides a rich learning environment for students interested in the medical professions. Although our medical school class is limited to Utah residents and others with strong Utah ties, our students are engaged in clinical instruction and laboratory research in the state and across the world through our Global Health Institute. Because of our outstanding medical faculty, the U is ranked among the best for a myriad of programs that educate much-needed healthcare workers. U grads leave with well-rounded, integrated education. They understand how to truly care for patients because they have witnessed our wonderful clinicians and nurses in action. And now I get to make another surprise announcement. On behalf of Senior Vice President Dr. Vivian Lee and myself, I'm thrilled to announce a $30 million donation from Ray and Ty Norda for a new School of Dentistry, which will welcome its first class this fall. Huge thanks to the Nordas. This is a historic step forward for dental education in Utah and also for oral research, and we are tremendously grateful for this. Now I'm going to conclude today. I have to talk a little bit about athletics, of course. This is another important point of engagement with our community. Unless you have been living under a rock for the last 24 months, you probably heard that we have joined the Pac-12. But what you may not know is that the invitation to join the Pac came in part because of our strength in academics, in research, and in medicine, not just because of athletics. We are in very good company. Last Monday, I spent a whole day with the presidents of the Pac-12 schools, and as usual, gained new insights about athletics, to be sure, but also about academics, as we talked about our common problems. This is indeed a conference of champions. The Pac-12 has led in NCAA championships for 44 of the last 50 years. But look at Pac-12 academics. This plot shows the number of faculty in each major conference afforded the honor of induction into one of the national academies, medicine, science, or engineering. In spite of its smaller size, the Pac-12 has the most highly honored faculty. Our students are also highly ranked in academic achievement within the Pac-12, and we're very proud of our student athletes for their standards both on and off the field. They are amazing young people, as you're about to see.
The most inspiring thing for me being on the U was probably when I first put on my golf uniform for the first time.
It was probably when I jumped 6'1", the first time. It was one of those moments where you didn't feel anything, you were just in the zone.
Our coaches had us come at like 4 in the morning, and they just ran us like crazy, did all these drills on the tennis court, and it was really a good team bonding moment. So I think we all kept pushing each other on, and I think it was one of my most memorable moments so far at the U.
And we beat ASU on a walk-off home run, and that was, it's all worth it, and this is what you play for.
When you're on the trail and you're skiing and you're racing, it's amazing to have like the support. The Alpine ski team comes out, your other teammates, the guys cheering you on, and that's really fun. That makes you go even harder.
And the football program and the academic part, they stress academics, and I love that. I want to graduate, get my degree early. And football, we're a great team up here, so that's why I chose Utah.
I kind of think it's the relationship between athletics and school, and we have such a great balance of both, and that it's not the coaches saying, gymnastics comes first. It's we're student athletes, and you're a student first before you're an athlete, and I think that's great to have that combination.
The professors are awesome, and they work with me as a student athlete, and they make me want to be what they are.
The program's awesome, from the advisors to my coaches to the tutors.
So I was leaning towards business when I first got here, and since it's a pretty darn good business school, so this was definitely the pick for me.
They have a great medical program over here, so that's what I want to do. I'm going into pre-med.
I came here with an understanding of how big of a research institution it was, and the professors they had here, the quality of education you get. But I think it's improved. The time I've been here, not only have we been building and growing, and you can see where that development's coming and opening up more opportunities for students. but I've got to work firsthand with the professors and be able to see what they do and how they work with students and how good of a job they really do.
I feel very at home. Everybody on the campus is a community and they help one another, and especially in classes, I've never found anybody and I'm like, hey, I don't understand, can you explain? Even if it's someone I don't know, and they're like, oh, absolutely, you know, and there's so many opportunities here. I mean, that's what I would tell anybody.
I love it here, so I might not even leave. Let's be real.
It's definitely made me who I am now, so I think it's definitely led me down a path to what I want to be in the future.
Coming to a new state, a new culture, you know, was tough at first, but it's helped me grow as a person, and I'm thankful for coming to the U because it's helping me become the man that I want to be 10 years from now and be the responsible man that my kids can look at and say, hey, that's my father. When I walk into a ballet show or a basketball gym, they can point out their dad and say, that's a great man who's my father.
I love that end. That's what it's all about. That's what it boils down to. We are here to provide an opportunity of a lifetime for all of our University of Utah students who are striving diligently to expand their personal horizons and create a future that they can be proud of. As we now look at the future of this institution, we will continue to build on our strengths. The University of Utah has excelled because of an innovative approach to education, born out of the state's pioneer heritage and the spirit of self-reliance and optimism that we have in Utah. Our approach focuses on collaboration, multidisciplinary education, research, entrepreneurship, and engaged learning. We have achieved what we have through a willingness to work together for the good of the students and the community, and that is remarkable, even unique, and it is gaining national and international recognition. We will continue to explore the best ways for providing educational opportunities at an affordable cost. Given what we have already accomplished, I am confident that we can realize that goal, and we will do it with the same energy, enthusiasm, and commitment that have brought us to this exciting and historic moment at the University of Utah. I am proud to be the 15th president of the University of Utah.
Step 1, imagine.
Step 2, do.
You got big plans, right? Create the new thing, be a game changer, save the world. Question is, where to start? Here's an idea. Start here.
Create video games.
Work on a startup.
Invent something.
Like to start a business?
While studying business.
Work on a game for kids with cancer.
Prosper and be successful.
The road to success is 2 steps long. Directions await at a place we call...
Imagine you.
Imagine you.
Imagine.
Then do. The University of Utah.